What's up guys, Gully Boy back at you with another most popular songs video, and this time we're gonna be checking out the 10 most popular songs from Ice Spice. Now, I would have to be living under a rock if I didn't know who this artist was. She's literally one of the biggest names in rap right now. Already in her short career, she's collabed with big names, and she even has hit records under her belt. But I can honestly say that I never listened to a single song from her. Right about now, I'm about to see what the hype is all about as I check out our top 10 most popular songs. But before we get into that, I gotta give you guys a little disclaimer. I have heard the song Boy Is a Liar Part 2, which won't be featured in this video as it is in her song. That song is also an extreme bop, as the singing from Pink Pantheress is amazing, and Ice Spice also smashes her verse. I would also advise y'all to check out the remix to that track, which consists of it being infused with slow jams by Kanye West.
He say that I'm good enough, got my think about shit that I shouldn't know. So I tell him it's one of me, he making fun of me, his girl is a bum to me.
That joint is pure heat. But with all that being said, let's go ahead and check out Ice Spice's 10th most popular song, Actin' a Smoochie.
10th most popular Ice Spice song, Actin' a Smoochie, 1,415,934 views.
Daddy, he making me thicker, Rob is hard, bitch is a sticker, I can't be falling in love with a nigga.
This is the first Ice Spice song that I ever listened to fully, and I have a lot of thoughts. First, I want to talk about Ice Spice's overall flow and delivery on this track. Her voice definitely gives off a sexy vibe, as it's both soothing and rough at the same time. Soothing due to her tone, and rough due to her New York accent. This also ties well with the track, as Ice Spice raps about how she stunts on females and leaves dudes stiff when she shakes her dump truck.
My thong, going cool, throwing it back and I watch him get bigger. Throwing it back, put it right in his face.
Before listening to this song, I had no idea what a smoochie was. In my findings, I learned that it's just another way of saying thought. Ice Spice would state that she acts like a smoochie when she's off the liquor, but although she acts this way, she still doesn't let dudes hit, as she only teases them with her sexiness. She'll then state that the closest a man could ever get with her is by eating her box, as she can't fall in love with the N-word.
Nigga munchie so we cannot date. He a eater, I'll make sure you ate. No, you cannot have your boo back.
Overall, I think this track is decent. The instrumental is very upbeat, which is very capable for you to dance to. This is definitely one of those get sturdy type of songs. Well, I don't partake in any getting sturdy, which leads to the track overall not being my cup of tea.
9th most popular Ice Spice song, Princess Diana, 2,053,685 views.
Like keep it a stack. Bitches move on cause they know I got bands. They be chatting, I don't give a damn, and I'm still getting money, I know who I am.
This track pretty much has the same subject matter as the previous one. Ice Spice will refer to herself as Princess Diana here, as she's rich and wealthy and all the girls envy her. She'll also talk about how she can easily take their men if she wanted to, but as she stated before, her MO is finessing dudes. She'll state that she has other girls' boyfriends fiending for her as they think about her while they're brushing their teeth, and they'll consistently hit up her DMs, only for her not to reply.
Tell her man I'm the girl of his dreams. Think about me when he brushing his teeth. He keeps texting, I'll leave him on scene. Hottest bitch out and they know what I mean.
The instrumental on this one bothers me as it has a really tacky sound effect as the beat plays. The bass literally sounds like busted speakers of a raggedy car. But what I will say is that the rhythm of the instrumental definitely has the vibe of a big booty girl shaking what her mother gave her. All while I was listening to this song, I kept picturing Ice Spice bouncing her badonkadonk. I'm just keeping it real, my G's. Ice Spice herself is not a bad rapper if I'm being honest, but I will say that she's not my cup of tea so far. The only way I would ever go back to this song is if I got a big booty girl over at the crib and she wants to shake her moneymaker. Other than that, I have no use for it.
8th most popular Ice Spice song, Gangsta Boo featuring Lil TJ, 2,237,330 views.
A baddie gon' get what she like. So what's your sign cause I like you? Got a place we can stay for the night, but I'm too shy to invite you.
Okay, now it all makes sense. On this track, Ice Spice confesses her love for gangsters. She says nothing about leaving them on red or giving them blue balls. Instead, she's willing to risk her own life to be the girlfriend to a gangster. She'll state that she's willing to help him slide on his ops, and she'll even make time for him even if she's busy.
I'ma help you get back at the ops. Big can I come when you spinning they block?
Now, if you thought this was bad, she'll also inform us that even though she already has a man, she wishes that the gangster was there instead.
Got a man, but I hope you don't care. When I'm with him, I wish you was there.
This can only mean that squares can only eat her box, while gangsters and thugs can blow her back out ferociously. The track itself would have been great if it wasn't for the instrumental. It samples P. Diddy's I Need a Girl Part 2.
You made me believe again. If you happy, then be with him. Go ahead, mommy, breathe.
The problem with this is that the producer took this sample and chopped it up all through the beat. Now when I say chopped it up, I mean that it sounds choppy as it constantly goes in and out.
Damn, like they going cool. I'm a fan, but I'm keeping my cool. And
This really annoys me, but I will commend the producer for being creative. This instrumental also has the same raggedy bass sound in it, just like Princess Diana. Ice Spice's flow is faster on this track, which brings variety to it. She'll also do well on her verse, but the highlight on this song is Lil TJ. He'll absolutely kill his verse. He'll rap on this track as if he's one of the gangster dudes that Ice Spice is willing to take a bullet for. He'll flow on the beat well, and he'll also recite dope punchlines.
Told her not too much, know what you know. That's when she told me, Daddy, I'm sick. If the boys ever try to come crash me, I'ma tell them no out of English.
But as I stated before, I really don't like the instrumental on this one, making it a skip.
7th most popular Ice Spice song, Euphoric. 3,348,973 views.
shitting on bitches, my hobby. I be going dumb and I'm feeling euphoric. We go like Winnie and Bobby, that nigga Fiend, I could tell you adore it.
The energy on this one is different. She's very aggressive on this track and it works extremely well. I honestly didn't know that Ice Spice had it in her to get super hype on a song. Her rapping is great here and her delivery is exceptional. But the thing I like most about this track is her ad-libs and background vocals. If I'm being honest, her ad-lib hasn't really been appealing up to this point, but I don't mind it on this track, and I think the reason that is because of the overall energy on this track. She'll also shout out that New York slang, such as stupid and suck my D.
Bitches be needing niggas to get high like. Bitch, I'm a baddie, I'm used to the spotlight. Don't you compare me to bitches, I'm not like dick.
The synopsis of this track is that Ice Spice believes that she's about to blow up soon and become a millionaire. She'll state that this will happen at the end of the summer. The scary thing here is that she would actually get worldwide success 3 months later when she dropped her song Munch.
Watch me get lit by the end of the summer. I'ma get rich and I swear to my mother. I'ma get rich and I swear to my mother.
Now this could just be us witnessing manifestation working in her favor, or this could also further prove the point that she's an industry plant and she already knew what would happen in terms of her success. The only way I'ma believe that she manifested this is if I become a millionaire by the end of the summer. If that don't happen, then she's definitely an industry plant. She'll also continue to stun on her female haters, and she'll also continue to tell us that only gangsters can clap her cheeks.
Yeah, gangsta, I let him get in me.
But all jokes aside, this is a fire track from Ice Spice, as she came with a different type of energy that worked perfectly here.
6th most popular Ice Spice song, Name of Love. 4,929,277 views.
Give you love, give it back. I'm a smoochie like do not attach. Don't assume where I'm at. It get heavy so I never lie.
Okay, I finally know the name of Ice Spice's producer. At the beginning of each track, she shouts him out, which may also be his producer tag. For a while, I thought she was saying, stop playing with him, Riley, but she's actually saying, stop playing with him, Riot.
Stop playing with him, Riot.
Anyway, I think it's dope that she has a primary producer, as they work together well for the most part. The instrumental on this track is amazing with the singing sample. Another thing that I'm impressed with Ice Spice's producer is that his instrumentals all sound unique, even though the bass beat is pretty much the same, as they all sound like Get Sturdy beats. But although the beat is good here, I can't get with Ice Spice's flow on this one. It almost sounds like she's out of breath as she's rapping.
Act like it's nothing when you up to stump. Don't act like we cuff him when we out in public. Had to dub him.
I also find the overall synopsis of this track incredibly hilarious. She's basically having an argument with one of her flings. We know that he isn't gangster, as she'll state that she loves when he munches on her carpet. What confuses me is that Ice Spice would tell the guy not to get attached to her, as she's a smoochie, aka a thought.
I'm a smoochie like do not attach.
But she'll have a problem with the guy being in other girls' comments, which would lead to her referring to him as a thought.
You a thought, you full of that nonsense. Why I see you in all of her comments?
But I guess all of this doesn't matter, as she'll wind up sending the guy her address, which would lead to her throwing around her rump, which she'll refer to as a jaddy. Jaddy is the words jiggle and fatty combined, as she has a fatty that jiggles, which refers to her ass, which is her fatty, and it jiggles.
Why you bluffing? You missing my daddy. Would you come if I send you the addy? Pull up and I'm throwing it. Pull up and I'm throwing it.
Bro, this girl is a trip. But as I already stated, I can't get with her flow on this one, but it's not a bad song at all.
5th most popular Ice Spice song, No Clarity. 10,128,788 views.
You did me dirt. Cause what did I do? Like, I fucked on your bro. Like, I cannot choose. No love in a smooth.
The opening line to this track is pure insanity. If I'm hearing her correctly, she's asking her boyfriend what did she do wrong. She'll then state that she slept with her boyfriend's homie.
What did I do? Like, I fucked on your bro.
I think that's what you did wrong. But after listening to the first verse, I think she's talking about getting payback on her boyfriend as he cheated on her first.
But you wasn't that's the issue.
This is the same woman that keeps saying that she's a smoochie. She has also gone on record to tell dudes not to fall in love with her as she's nothing more than a smooch, aka a thought. The message in her songs are very confusing to me. She has an issue with dudes cheating on her, but she has no problem wearing the label of a thought, which includes her having multiple men munch on her carpet and letting thugs blow her back out. But like I said before, I don't really have an issue with her subject matter, as she's not supposed to be a deep rapper with lyrics that make sense. The track overall is decent. Riot produces another amazing instrumental, but I can't go back to this one as I can't get over the lyrics to this song.
Fourth most popular Ice Spice song, Bikini Bottom, 20,156,900 views.
How can I lose if I'm already chose? Like, if she feeling hot, then I make that bitch frozen. I get a bitch tired every time that I post.
The instrumental on this one annoys the hell out of me. If you watch the show SpongeBob, you're gonna instantly recognize the sample. But just like her song Gangsta Boo, this song has those same annoying elements. The SpongeBob sample is extremely obnoxious, and that horrible tacky bass sound is back as well. Other than the instrumental, this song has nothing to do with Bikini Bottom or SpongeBob. Ice Spice continues to rap about the topic of flexing on hating females. Her flow is pretty consistent here, and her delivery is also good, but even that won't save this instrumental. This one right here is a super skip.
Things not bad, they be on my ass. I could hear you hating from the back. Balenciaga baddie got a bag. Nigga munching ate it from the back.
Third most popular Ice Spice song, In Ha Mood, 32,046,637 views.
Like damn, she in her mood. Like damn, she in her mood. Like damn, she in her mood.
Now I know this might shock some of you, but this track right here is perfection. I really like the instrumental on this one. The singing sample is infused perfectly with the upbeat instrumental, which also gives off a laid-back vibe. Ice Spice's vocals fit perfectly on this beat as she comes with her signature sexy, soothing flow. I'm also shocked because I thought that I would have been annoyed by Ice Spice's rap style, but I can honestly say that her style doesn't bother me. This also spills over to her subject matter as well, which also doesn't bother me. You pretty much know what to expect when you listen to her lyrics. On this track, she's super conceited as she informs the listeners that she's in the zone and how other females continue to envy her as she's successful and has a pretty face with the big old rump.
Oh, they mad cause I keep making bops. Oh, she mad cause I'm taking her spot. If I was bitches, I'd hate me a lot.
She'll also continue to give the fellas game on how to clap her cheeks as she doesn't even let rappers hit it.
He a rapper but don't got a chance.
If y'all trying to bag Ice Spice, pick up that Glock and start murdering people. That's the only way you'll get out of the munch zone. All in all, this is a fire track that's going right into my playlist.
Second most popular Ice Spice song, Munch, Feelin' You, 45,057,578 views.
You thought I was feeling you? That nigga a munch. Nigga eat it, he ate it for lunch. Bitch, I'm a baddie, I get what I want like.
All I ever heard from this track is the opening line. I'm not gonna lie, it's very catchy. The powers that be orchestrated this one well. I mean, she already knew that this song would blow up 3 months prior, so the proof is in the pudding. With that being said, the rest of the track is pretty good as well. Ice Spice just has that voice that wins you over, and her flow hasn't gotten tiresome yet. Our boy Riot also produces a catchy instrumental on this one. Ice Spice would also talk about those lame dudes that are only good for eating her box. As a matter of fact, that's what this entire song is dedicated to. She'll state that she plays dudes and uses them to get what she wants through her looks.
Bitch, I'm a baddie, I get what I please. You know my body, I do it with ease. He with my body, he telling me please. I'm walking past me, sniffing my breeze.
She'll also continue to stun on hating females as they wish they could be like her. Although I mainly stated positives about this track, I can't see myself bumping it in the whip. This one just doesn't appeal to me as it also has that get sturdy vibe to it. And as I stated before, I don't dance, I boogie. So I'm just gonna boogie my ass away from this one.
The most popular Ice Spice song on YouTube, Princess Diana featuring Nicki Minaj, 68,332,770 views.
Like keep it a stack. Bitches move walk cause they know I got bands. They be chatting, I don't give a damn.
Now I definitely get a different vibe from this song than the previous version. One thing that I gotta mention off top is that Nicki did exceptionally well on her verse. If I'm being completely honest, this is my very first time sitting down and actually listening to a Nicki Minaj verse. Her flow is really good on this one, and I also love how she switches her flow up as well. She's also very animated, which adds that creative element.
And I just fell in love with a gangster, so I hold him down like an anchor. He said if I keep it 100, 100. That he keep me safe like a banker.
The drawback is that Ice Spice doesn't do anything different as she recycles her first verse from the original version. Also, compared to Nicki, her flow sounds boring. I feel like if she would have matched Nicki's energy, this song would have been a lot better. The synopsis is pretty much the same as the original version, as Ice Spice and Nicki flex on hating hoes, along with how they like to get their backs blown out by thugs.
And I just fell in love with a gangster, so he put my name in the top. But I don't let him come to the crib, so we get it on where we at.
As I said about the previous version of this song, I could definitely bump this if I got a big booty freak over. So just for that, I'll add this one to the playlist. Now I know that Ice Spice has a new collaboration with Nicki Minaj. My advice to Ice Spice would be to match Nicki's energy, cause her flow works well when she's on the track by herself. But alongside Nicki, you really see who's the more advanced artist, which makes it seem like Ice Spice is an add-on on her own song. All in all, this one's getting added to the Big Booty Freaks playlist. In conclusion, I really feel like Ice Spice could be rap's next big superstar. I honestly thought that I would have hated her music, but I can honestly say that she's not a terrible rapper like people claim. I will admit that her music overall isn't for me, but she does have 2 or 3 songs that I rock with. I feel like if she stays in her lane, she'll be just fine. She's also capable of switching up her style, as I witnessed several instances of her doing so. But after listening to the track she did with Nicki, it's noticeable that she needs a lot to improve on, as you can tell that she's not as advanced as a true veteran in the game. If Ice Spice learns more creative flows and steps her pen game up, I believe she can be the modern day Nicki Minaj, as she already has the look that the industry pushes when it comes to new female rappers. But if she doesn't advance, I believe that she'll indeed fall off, as looks can only get you so far. But with all that being said, this was another top 10 most popular songs video. Be sure to stay tuned for more, because I'm not gonna stop doing these videos anytime soon. Catch you guys on the next one. GB signing out.